Day 7 of the Olympic trials is done in the books, and it was without a doubt the most star-studded day that we've seen so far within the Olympic trials. We had Sha'carri Richardson, we had Gabby Thomas, we had Abby Steiner, McKenzie Long for the 200, Grant Holloway for the 110 meters, we had Erriyon Knighton, we had Noah Lyles. We're going to go ahead and go over some of the biggest names, how they look, what are some of the things that we can expect from them as we continue through the Olympic trials. So first thing, we'll start off with Sha'carri Richardson, probably the biggest person in track and field right now. Her and Sydney McLaughlin are definitely probably the top two. And we had both of them yesterday. Got to see how both of them look in their heats. And we already saw that Sha'carri Richardson here, she won the 100 meter, if you haven't seen that already. But the big thing with this was we also had Abby Steiner for the first time. We haven't seen her run for a little while, so we wanted to be able to see how they looked. And really, both of them looked really, really good as they went through the race here. Sha'carri Richardson was able to get out in front pretty early on. Looked like Abby Steiner tried to get a little bit of a kick here to be able to try to catch her. And it looked like she was able to make up some distance. But at this time, we also saw Sha'carri kind of relaxing, kind of easing it up a little bit. So Abby Steiner's definitely going to have to get out a little bit better if she's looking to be able to make the team. There's going to be a lot of really good competition here. She easily ran sub 22 yesterday. Gabby Thomas, she did really good as well. She looked really good, really long as always. She just has that super long stride. We had her, TT Terry. She looked good as well. Right here, they both come around the curve. This TT Terry, this is Gabby Thomas. In case you don't know, Gabby Thomas was the bronze medalist in the previous Olympics. So she, at the end, she had an interview talking about how she's really looking to be able to win gold this year. Excellent stride, really long, looking really strong. A ton of extension. When you look at the backside here, you can see that she just has a ton of range in her hips, right? Just a ton of extension within the back, really able to reach out. I mean, this is just a very, very long stride there. And that's one of those things you just can't teach, right? You can't teach somebody to be able to have one that long of legs, another be able to get that much extension. Like even her anatomy, she's really in a large amount of anterior pelvic tilt in this position, while also simultaneously having a lot of hip flexion. So she's able to get her knees up well while also getting into just a really, really large amount of hip extension. We also see that with Noah Lyles as well. And then the last big one to me was McKenzie Long. I think that these are going to be the top four girls. We saw Abby Steiner, Sha'carri Richardson. Abby Steiner ran 22:29. Sha'carri Richardson ran 21:99. And then we had McKenzie Long. She ran 22:49. So not as good. She didn't have as competitive of a heat. She got out in front pretty early on and just kind of relaxed from there and was able to pretty easily run 22:49. I don't think she was trying too hard there, but it's going to be interesting to see who ends up making the team. I think that Sha'carri Richardson and Gabby Thomas are both definitely going to get through. That third spot to me is going to be McKenzie Long. Hard to say for sure. I definitely am a fan of Abby Steiner. I think that it's going to be a very great competition to see which one of those two make it. On the men's side, we have some really great competition. I don't think it's going to be too much of a surprise on who's going to end up making the team. I mean, we have Noah Lyles. He just won the 100 meter, looking really good. It looks like he basically jogged 20 seconds here. We have Erriyon Knighton right here. He went against Christian Coleman. I think it's awesome that he's running the 200. I hope that he can do really well, potentially make the team. I doubt it. There's a really good top three athletes here in the 200. You can see that Christian Coleman got out pretty well, but Erriyon Knighton very easily was able to close that stagger and then just kind of jogged the rest of the way. Ran a pretty easy 20:15, it looks like. Just did enough to be able to beat Christian Coleman. We also have Kung Fu Kenny Bednarek, and I mean, he went against Kyrie King, who made the team a few years ago, but he's just not going to be, I don't think that Kyrie King's going to be able to make it. I think Kenny Bednarek, I mean, he just looks too strong at this point. He is potentially somebody that could win this. You know, I think obviously Noah Lyles and Erriyon Knighton are way ahead in terms of what they are able to do, but we've seen Kenny Bednarek really do some great things as well. You could see how strong he is with that arm swing. I love that arm swing, how quick he's able to get those arms right up and through. I think to me that he is just as much of a contender as Noah Lyles, Erriyon Knighton. I mean, I think those are going to be the big three. The big question is going to be in which order are those going to be the big three. Next thing we saw, Grant Holloway. I really hope this ends up being his year, that he's able to get through and complete season together, he's run 2 sub-13s so far. He ran 1292 in the heats, and this one is a 1297 yesterday. Got out really good, got over the hurdles really well. I mean, I just love his start where he's able to just accelerate very quickly, get those knees up, and for him being as big as he is, he's able to get those knees up very fast, and he's able to have a really long stride, and that allows him to be able to really get great acceleration. That's why he's able to get over the hurdle so well, is because he's tall while having good acceleration, good length within his steps, and then from there he's able to carry that through the rest of the race. So looking forward to being able to see him in the final. Hopefully he can run something that is maybe even sub 12.9 would be an awesome thing for him to do. Again, excellent job with that acceleration. Look at that low heel recovery. Look at that reach there. That's what really stands out about Grant Holloway. Look at that first action with the arms. Boom. Gets those knees out. He does a good job getting pretty wide with those steps. And they're saying that he's really keeping that left hand kind of closer in, almost like a governor there as he's getting up over those hurdles to make sure that he's able to get those legs up and over. Just as a benchmark of like, if I get my knee to this position, then I'm going to get over the hurdle. So that's one of the reasons that he kept that left arm a little bit close. Doesn't look like it impacts him too much. Great job of being able to land. I mean, this is what's amazing with the hurdles, is just being able to land here and get right to the front part of the foot and then be able to push off so well. A lot of people that I see when they land and they do these hurdles, they just aren't able to get effective landing position there. And that makes it so then they're not able to push out and get as much distance, which obviously makes a big difference when you're competing against the best athletes in the world or trying to run the best times in the world. We'll save the best for last here, Sydney McLaughlin alone. And the reason I say that is just because she is the world record holder in this event, and she just, I mean, is a woman on a mission. She just goes and it immediately makes up the stagger here. And in the heats, looks like she, I mean, look at how far out in front she is. It's just unbelievable. So her athleticism is just on a whole nother world. 53.07. I look back and, 53.07s was winning the Olympics in the 80s and the 90s, like running 53. This is now a heat in the trials. And you could see that she is just killing everybody, running about 60 miles an hour here. She's probably going to be able to run a lot faster than that when she gets into the finals. But really good job just being able to run a race, right? Focused on what she's doing. She just hops over everything so easily, has a nice, simple arm swing, doesn't try to do too much, but has plenty of leg length and great rhythm in that stride. I think that's an important part of being able to understand how to be able to continue to improve the speed, is be able to get that coordination between the arms, between the legs. And I think the best way to be able to do that is just have a lot of consistency within your running form, within your running style. So if you are disconnected from your running style, it's hard to be able to really build a lot on top of that. So thank you for watching. As always, we'll leave a couple links to some videos that will help you in being able to improve in some of the areas we talked about within the video. Sorry about some of the camera issues, just trying to get this video out as quickly as possible. I didn't know that the camera just stopped recording about halfway through, or even sooner, probably about a quarter of the way through. But thanks for watching. We'll be going live tonight. We weren't able to go live yesterday. Just been having some real technical difficulties the last couple days. The network connection, my internet, I'm still trying to get everything situated and make sure it's good to go, but looks like everything will be ready for a stream live tonight. Super excited. Semifinals, 200 meters. Looking forward to it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like the video. We'll talk to you soon.